like to start off by asking a question. By a show of hands, who in this room today that has got a dream? All right, I think that's everyone. Okay, keep your hands up. If you have a dream that is a career. All right, thank you. As I stand on this stage today, I have one goal. That is to change some of the dreams of the people in this room. Now, hold on. You might ask me, well, how do you change somebody's dreams? So, to make you visualize what I'm trying to say, I'll start off with a story that goes back not too many years ago. On a hot summer day in 2022, I was on vacation with my family. We were in the US to visit our relatives, and for your information, this was the first time that I've ever met them. Because ever since I was, 3 or 4, my aunts and uncles had immigrated to the US. And so the only thing that I've ever known about them was through the 7-minute Skype calls that my mom has every night. So when finally stepping out of the airport gate, I met my aunts for the very first time. And the first thing that I noticed about them was that they were really wealthy, like crazy rich Asians type of wealthy. You know, they had like big houses, many cars to choose from when they go to work, and like massive walk-in closets, rich people things. And so I was like, whoa, auntie, what is your job? And it's no surprise. My aunt, she's over here, she is a doctor of hematology and oncology. And my other aunt, well, she is a well-known dentist. And because of that, I admired them a lot. Looking at the life they had, I wanted it. I wanted to afford things however I want, whenever I want, and whatever I wanted. Like, come on, who doesn't want that? So I began to envision a future where I too could achieve the similar success. So on that day, I had found my dream. And for 2 consecutive years, I wanted to become a doctor. And let me tell you, I was really determined. I established science clubs, I forced myself to join AP Biology, I volunteered, I studied day and night, and there were times where I even, skipped lunch to finish off some of my work. And so one day, I pitched this idea to my mom, and I told her exactly what I had just told you. And, she was supportive and all. She was like, whoa, that's great, honey. But she was confused. What was it about becoming a doctor that you loved so much, other than the salary? For a split second, I was about to answer her, but I couldn't. I didn't know why. And that night, I went to sleep, thinking of a question that I should very well know the answer to. And that's when my whole world flipped upside down, because it hit me. My dream was a lousy desire of mine to become rich. I had no love for doctors. And at that moment, everything that I've worked for has seemed to collapse in front of me. And from that day on, I didn't know what to do. I had no dream. And now, I'm here. So the story that I just told you, it is not unique. It is one, but countless tales of other students nowadays that we've been so conditioned to believe that success can only be measured in terms of wealth. Because there's this norm of, filling up our bank accounts that is so deeply implemented in the minds of our generations that some of us are scared to dream of the things that are outside of the norm. Because throughout my life, all I've been told is that success is one of the primary goals, and that the only jobs that will bring you success on a silver platter are jobs like doctors, engineers, or lawyers. This has become so common that I remember one time, when having a simple conversation between me and my friends, we were discussing about, our careers and what universities has caught our eyes. And I heard them kept mentioning phrases like, oh, that doesn't pay well, or oh, I cannot live off that. Since when has money became our first priority in everything? Since when did wealth become the value above passion? And I know you won't believe me, like how could a 16-year-old be standing on a stage and giving advice on life? But you'll believe this woman. Who here knows Sarah Piano. All right, I don't think that many of you know, so this is gonna be very interesting. Sarah Piano grew up in Maine, and she was an athletic little kid. She was skiing by the age of 2 and riding her bike by just the age of 3. And she just loved being outside, running free and doing whatever it was that was athletic. And when she was 8, she ran competitively for the very first time. And she qualified for the cross-country national championship. That's when she realized her dream. But before she knew it, Sarah Piano graduated with a degree in economics, and she moved to San Francisco, where she ended up getting a job as an investment banker. She described her jobs as a lot of long hours, as literally, she has worked for more than 100 hours on a weekly basis. And so she was working a 9-to-5 job for 5 days a week, for a job that, yes, provided her a steady income, paid her bills, and put a roof over her head. So I guess you could say she has ticked off the boxes required for success. Yet, there's something missing. Where was the ambition, the accomplishment? Where was the thrill, the excitement that she felt while running on the racetracks? It was simply not here. And it wasn't until her mid-20s that she realized that she had to do something about this. So in 2009, Sarah Piano made the bold decision to quit her job and to pursue what she has always wanted to do, running. And this transition of hers wasn't without its challenges, of course. She faced grueling training schedules, intense competition, and the uncertainty of not knowing where this dream would lead her. Yet, being so determined, she never gave up. You know why? Because that dream of hers, it's hers. It was real to her. It was her happiness. And I think we can all kind of guess how this story goes. In 2015, Sarah Piano achieved a significant milestone. She represented the United States in the Ironman World Championship. And as you can see, she won. And later, she continued to excel and she won multiple competitions after that. So the message that I'm trying to convey here is that don't confine yourselves to the narrow definition of success. Because success doesn't necessarily have to begin with high-paying jobs. It's far more nuisance and personal than that. This sounds kind of cliche, but it's about our happiness. And running was Sarah Piano's happiness. We all have our dreams and goals and ambitions that are uniquely ours. And it's very easy to get caught up in the sights of wealth and expectation. But true fulfillment is what comes from following our hearts and staying true to ourselves. Sarah Piano could have settled for her previous jobs to make a 6-figure income and to play it safe. But it was her dream of running that drove her to do something less normal. So don't confine yourselves to the dreams without ambition. Don't confine yourselves to the dreams that bring you guarantees. And don't confine yourselves from doing your dream. And for those who raised their hands at the start of my session, I want you to sit there and think, is that dream yours? Because if it is, then great, pursue it. If it's not, my advice is to don't dream yet. Because if I ask this question to myself right now, my answer would be, I don't have a dream. Because why bother dreaming when that dream is not yours? Thank you for listening.